Hello, I am Jules and welcome to my class. I'm going to be taking you through a little flow focusing on strengthening and lengthening the hamstrings. So if you'd like to begin in a tabletop position on your mat, spreading the fingertips, pressing into the palms, stacking the shoulders above the wrists and the hips above the knees with a nice neutral spine to begin with. Neck is long, so instead of compressing the back of the neck by looking up, gazing forward, perhaps you would like to look down at your mat, maybe in between your palms. So your neck is nice and long, all the way from the crown of your head to your coccyx. And from here, just take a few wiggles, a few mindful movements, sending the hips left and right, rolling around, just getting a little bit of mobility into the shoulders and into the hips. Whatever spontaneous movement feels good for you at this time. And then when you're ready, come to a neutral spine, and then tuck under the right toes, sending the right heel back in space. We're going to take 3 breaths here, waking up the hamstrings on your right leg. Inhaling, exhale 1. Inhaling slowly and mindfully as your weight is evenly distributed amongst your hands. Exhale 2. Inhaling, crown of the head reaching forwards, breathing out for 3. Inhale, right knee comes down, tucking under the left toes. This time we're doing the other side. Sending that left heel back in space. So maybe the hips might naturally move back in space, that's fine. Exhale for 1. Inhaling. Exhale to really wake up the back of the left leg by sending the heel back in space. Inhale for the last breath, reaching through the crown of the head still, and then exhaling for 3. Push, 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 push. Inhale, left knee comes down, and then we're going to bring the right leg parallel to the floor, and then the left arm. And then as you inhale, reach them diagonally away from each other. And then exhale, crunching left elbow to right knee. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, crunch. We're going to do 3 more here. Inhale, learning to squeeze those abdominal muscles to keep you a bit more stable. Exhale, 3. Breathing in. See if you can make the breath sound audible. Exhale, 4. Last breath here, inhaling. Exhale, 5. Find steadiness. Exhale, left palm down and right knee down. Then we're going to do the other side. Inhaling, left leg, parallel to the floor, along with the right arm. And then exhale, crunch, right elbow to left knee. Inhaling. Exhaling. 3 more. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Enjoy that stretch across the back. Exhale, squeezing all of that air and at the same time squeezing your abdominals in. Inhaling. Remember not to compress the back of the neck. Maybe you want to look down when you do this. Exhaling for 4. Last breath here. The slower the movement, the harder you're actually working, believe it or not. Exhale, 5. Inhale, right palm down and the left knee. And then just reset. Maybe you want to wiggle. Give yourself a little moment here while you reset the breath, reset the mind. And now, inhaling, lifting the right leg up 1 more time, but then bending the right knee, flexing the right foot, as if you are trying to push away the ceiling with the sole of your right foot. Stay here, but at the same time keep the spine very, very neutral and very long. So our instinct is to dip or increase the curve, the natural curve we have of our lumbar spine here, the base of the spine, in order to kick the leg up. But actually, if you try and squeeze in the core, squeezing those tummy muscles, which is great work, particularly for women, and at the same time try and kick that right heel, that right sole of the right foot up towards the ceiling and create your own resistance here, you're doing a lot more work and you're waking up the hamstrings specifically. So 3 more breaths here. Inhaling, so maybe tucking under your tailbone ever so slightly to keep the spine straight. Exhale, 1. Inhaling, still trying to Imagine you're kicking away the ceiling. Exhale, 2. Last breath here. Don't arch, don't arch. Nice neutral spine. Exhale, 3. Inhale, left knee down. And then exhale a breath. And then inhale, left leg rises. Bending at the left knee, flexing the left foot. Sole of the left foot reaching up towards the ceiling. And we're going to hold here for 1. Remember to squeeze those tummy muscles, tuck under the tailbone. Exhale for 2. And inhale, reaching through the crown of the head, 1 line from the forehead all the way to the coccyx as you try and push, push, push that ceiling away with the sole of your left foot. Exhale, 3. Nice. Inhale, left knee comes down. And then tucking under the toes, reaching the heels back in space as you lift the tailbone up, up, up to the sky, creating a downward V, which is your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana in Sanskrit. So the head is heavy, neck is long. No need to look between your hands. You can look between your toes to have a gaze. A focal point for your gaze helps when the mind tends to wander. So bringing each heel down individually, bending the opposite knee, bringing the heel down. Inhale, one side. Exhale, the other side. Inhaling. And exhaling. When you're ready, come up to tiptoes and then exhale, bring the heels down together as you lift the tailbone up to the sky. This should be really waking up the hamstrings now and the glutes as you press into the palms equally, sending the hips back and up for downward facing dog. When you're ready, gaze in between your hands and then slowly tiptoe your hands towards the front of the mat. Sorry, your feet towards the front of the mat. And then fold and stretch the legs. Grabbing opposite elbows here. This is really nice for stretching the hamstrings. And then sending the torso to the right, also torso to the left. Inhaling, always linking the breath with movement. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bringing the weight forward into the balls of the feet, you should now feel the stretch in the back of the leg even more. If this is a little bit too intense for you, then feel free to deeply bend the knees. And you'll still be feeling something here as you lift the tailbone up to the sky more mindfully. Releasing the hands and then gently rolling up. Rolling up, stacking vertebra on top of vertebra. Take your time here. Shoulders, neck, head come up last. Roll the shoulders back and down as you come to Tadasana, mountain pose. And as you inhale, deeply bend the knees, sweep the arms up, sit the hips low for Utkatasana chair. Hold here for 3 breaths. Inhaling, arms are squeezed alongside the ears. Exhale, 1. Inhale. If you can't see your toes, try and draw your knees back in space. Exhale, 2. Last breath here, feet can be together or a hip distance apart. Exhale, 3. Inhale, stay here, and then extend that right heel away from you for 1. Yeah, feel the burn. Inhaling, exhale, 2. Inhale, bring the right foot higher and then sit down lower for 3. Inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. It doesn't matter if you're wobbling. If you come out of it, come straight back into it. And then exhale, send that right foot back in space and kicking the right heel away from you. We're coming into our first balance here, proper balance. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3, holding here for 5 breaths. This is 1. Inhaling, if you're next to a wall, that's always quite useful. Exhale, 2. Inhale, you're stretching the left hamstring while working the right hamstring. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gaze maybe a couple of feet in front of you to help you balance. Exhale, 4. Inhaling, pull up on the left quadricep for stability. Bring the right leg high if you can. Exhale, 5. Well done. Inhale, slowly bending the left knee. Placing the right foot just a stride behind the left foot. And bringing the arms wide parallel to the floor. Inhale, bring the left hip back in space. And the left arm reaches forward, and then inhaling, Coming into triangle, Trikonasana, left hand down, right hand up. Twisting the body, opening up to the right hand side of the mat. Holding here for 5 breaths, this is 1. Inhaling. Exhale 2. Inhale, gazing at the right fingertips. Exhale 3. Inhale, twisting from the navel towards the shoulders for 4. Last breath here, going tall through the, or going long rather, through the left side body rather than the right. Exhale 5. Inhale, look to the big left big toe for stability. Slowly rise up with a strong core. And then exhale, right foot comes to meet the left at the top of the mat. And exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Other side now. Inhale, deeply bend those knees, which are a hip width apart. Sweep the arms up, Balakanasana chair. Exhale, hold here for 3 breaths. This is 1. Inhaling, sit a little bit lower if you can. Exhale 2. Inhale, see if you can bring the chest a little bit higher. Exhale 3. Inhale, left heel kicks away from you. And lifting the left leg as high as you can, holding here for 1. Inhale, sit a little bit lower. Exhale 2. Last breath, it's almost over. Exhale 3. Bring the knee into the chest as you inhale, and then exhale, send it back for your warrior 3 pose. 5 breaths here, this is 1. Inhaling, you're flexing the left toes. So they're pointing towards the floor, kicking the left heel back for 2. Inhale, reaching through the crown of the head, dipping the chest. Exhale, 3. Inhaling. Exhale, 4. Last breath here, it's almost over, well done. Exhale, 5. Bending the right knee and gently stepping that left foot back in space. Inhale, right arm parallel to the floor, right hip back. Left hip forward, reach beyond your limits of your right hand, and then right hand down, left hand comes up for Trikonasana triangle. Inhaling, and exhale 1. Inhale, 1 line wrist to wrist. Exhale 2. Breathe in as you gaze towards your left fingertips. Exhale for 3. Inhale, twisting from the navel, trying to spin the chest open towards the ceiling for 4. Last breath here, almost over. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look to your right big toe this time. Strong legs, strong arms, rise up. And then exhale, step the left foot to meet the right in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhaling, deeply bend the knees, sweep the arms up, Balakanasana chair. And then exhale, come and sit. Bring the hips lower, 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 as low as you can. And we're eventually going to bring our hips all the way down to the mat. The legs are out in front of you. And then just flip over, coming to lie on your front, just for a few breaths here. So, bring the arms alongside the body, forehead down to the mat. We're going to prepare for something called Locust Pose. When you're ready, lift up forehead, legs, chest, arms, everything. Holding here for 5 breaths. This is 1. It's going to be working your glutes and your hamstrings. Inhaling, exhale 2. Inhaling, exhale 3. Bring the chest higher, the legs higher for 4. Last breath, lift everything higher, make it count. Exhale 5, release. Turn the cheek to one side, whichever side, and then wiggle your hips from side to side to release your lower back. Couple of breaths here, big belly breaths. Inhaling, feel the backs of the ribs expanding, and exhaling, let that go. Inhaling, and then exhale, maybe even making a sound, letting it go. Now for something a little bit more challenging. If this doesn't work for you, feel free to just do locust one more time. But if you want a bit more of a challenge, so place the palms of the hands underneath you facing down. So your palms are on the mat, and then wiggle your hips from side to side so you can feed your arms underneath you, almost like you're going to try and throw a beach ball. When you're ready, forehead to the mat or chin to the mat, And on an inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky for 3 breaths. This is 1. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. Inhaling. Lift a little bit higher. Exhale, 3. Release. Well done. Next side. Inhale. And hold here for 1. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. Inhaling. Exhale, 3. Slowly release. And then wiggle from side to side to release your hands. And then you might want to just roll your wrists one way and then the other way, just to release your forearms and your wrists. Turn the cheek the other way here. Wiggle the hips from side to side. And just give yourself a little rest. Couple of big breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Focus on the breath when the mind wanders. And breathing out. Inhale, place the palms down. Sending the hips up. And then tucking under the toes, coming into another downward facing dog. Stretching out the hamstrings here. Nice. Inhale, lifting the heels. And then exhale, driving them down towards the mat. Another couple of times. Inhaling and exhaling. You can stay here for a few breaths if you wish. I'm going to move on. Slowly bring the weight forward to a plank and then slowly lower all the way down onto the tummy through bended elbows. And then come to roll onto your front. And then we're going to come and sit up, making an L shape with the body. So here, bringing the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh, rotating the body round that left leg ever so slightly. Inhale, lengthen the torso, growing tall through the crown of the head, and then exhale, walking the torso, walking the hands forward, bringing the torso over that left leg, either grabbing hold of the calf, the ankle, or the outer foot for something we call Janu Shirshasana. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening through the crown of the head, and exhale, folding forward for 1. Inhale, so you really want to flex your toes, peel them back towards you. You should really feel it in the backs of the hamstrings and the calves. Exhale, 3. Inhaling. Exhale, 4. Last breath here, see if you can get your forehead, even just energetically, towards your shin for 5. Inhale, slowly release and rise up, and then exhale. We're going to stretch the right leg forward and then bring the sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh and do the same again on the other side. So inhale and then exhale, folding forward. Janu Shirshasana, holding here for 1. Inhale, leading with the chest, try not to round the shoulders. Exhale, 2. Inhaling, gaze to your right toes if the mind's wandering. Exhale, 3. Inhale, really pull the toes back, kicking the right heel forward for 4. Last breath here. See if you can get the chest down and forehead down to the shin for 5. Inhale, slowly release, rise up. And then exhale, lengthen that left leg. And finally, we're going to do quite a deep stretch for the hamstrings. Paschimottanasana, a forward fold. So pull the flesh away from your seat. So bring the flesh back so you can really feel your sit bones on the mat. Inhale, lifting and lengthening, and then exhale, folding forward. Either grabbing the calf, the ankle, the outer feet, or maybe with your 2 peace fingers, grab the big toe bind, pulling your big toes towards you, elbows coming outwards, and then folding for 1. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. Breathe in, slowly, mindfully. Breathe out for 4. Last breath here. Really use the perches of your feet to pull your chest forward. And then exhale, fold a little deeper for 5. Inhale, release. And then bring the soles of the feet together to wrap up the clasp, allowing the knees to flop out. Something called Balakanasana. And you can feel free to stay here for 5, even 10 minutes, just to ground yourself, give yourself a little bit of a relaxing time, all the while still stretching the backs of the legs and the outer legs. And then you can grab a pillow and then build yourself up here. Maybe rest your cheek on a pillow up here, or you can create a couple of fists with your hands and bring the forehead down to the insteps of your feet and stay here for as long as you like. Enjoy.